During World War II, black men and women stepped into America's shipyards, factories, and defense plants with determination, even though the system tried to hold them back at every turn. They were not given equal footing with their white counterparts. In many cases, black workers were handed lower grade steel, faulty equipment, and inferior tools, not because the nation lacked resources, but because racism was woven into the workplace. The unspoken belief was that black labor did not deserve the best materials. But history tells another story. Even under these conditions, black workers proved their skill and resilience. With hands hardened by labor and minds sharpened by necessity, they took what was meant to hinder them and still delivered ships, tanks, and planes that were vital to the Allied victory. These were not small contributions. Every rivet driven into steel, every plane assembled, and every ship completed carried the mark of black craftsmanship. Without this labor, the production lines that fueled the war effort would have faltered. Yet, their sacrifices often went unnoticed. Inside these factories, discrimination was the daily reality. Black workers were pushed into the most dangerous jobs, given fewer protections, and paid less for the same labor. Many were told outright that they should be grateful just to have a position, even while their skill was saving the nation from defeat. But they didn't stop. They showed up every day, carried the weight of injustice, and still produced at the highest levels. What we must recognize is that their work was not just physical, it was symbolic. It proved that no matter how much the system tried to limit them, black workers could not be denied. They turned sabotage into strength, inferior resources into instruments of victory. And when America stood in celebration of its triumph, those same black men and women had to return home to segregated communities and second-class treatment, their role largely erased from the story. So when we talk about World War II and America's victory, we must also tell this truth. That victory was built, in part, on the backs of black laborers who overcame discrimination, took the worst tools handed to them, and still built machines of war strong enough to change history.